Hey guys, what's up? It's Quaylan from IA Ireland Airsoft, and as you know, we did a question and answers video, so of course I'm going to put out the answers. So just don't be aware, this is the second half of the answers because my brother has been a bit of a pain. So these are just the second half of the answers, and I did have to take out some questions because they were pretty stupid, to be honest with you, but I'll get on with it. First question: if you could get rid of your accent, would you? That was by Airsoft Addict. Now, is this telling me my accent is good or bad? Because if you can leave a comment down there, just telling me. But why would I want to get rid of my accent? It's different from all the American accents. So, no, I wouldn't like to get rid of my accent. Dub the Step wrote, do you have a foot fetish? No, I don't have a foot fetish. What's the best entry gun? Super Breaster writes. Now, it's a bit different in Ireland. We don't have as much as a wide variety of guns, but if you're in America, which you probably are, you can look into getting the G&G Combat Machine. They're a very reliable brand, so I'd definitely try go with that. And if you're in Ireland, maybe just go with something like a JG G36C, and then you can obviously customize it. You can put new gears, you can put a Type O barrel, you can put all that good stuff into it, so it'll actually be a pretty good AEG. Tom Jack 09 writes, what do you think of 328 FPS limit? He thinks snipers should go up a little bit. Well, this is pretty much a big debate on what the FPS limit should be. Well, I think the 328 limit is perfect, absolutely perfect. Like, maximum range of 328 feet per second is about 150 feet, and I think that's perfect. Too high, it's really going to hurt up close, and everyone's going to be really scared. But you're saying that snipers should go up a little. This is true because there's not really much advantage to being a sniper just because you don't have that extra range. Like, if you're shooting at someone at 200 feet, you're not going to get there because it's shooting at 328 FPS unless you're willing to buy a €500 Tokyo Marui gun, which I'm sure you're not. So I think the FPS limit is fine, and I do think snipers should be bumped up just that little bit more. Airsoft Pud 95 writes, worst thing happened during an airsoft skirmish. Well, I haven't really had a really bad incident in an airsoft skirmish, to be honest with you. But the worst thing that's ever happened is just pain-wise. I remember I was attacking the courtyard. I was in Red Barn, and I got shot point blank in the ear because somebody was giving me covering fire, and he basically just shot me point blank in the ear. And I didn't have the half mesh mask version 2, and didn't cover my ears, and my ears were exploding. It just caught me right there, and probably one of the most painful things that's ever happened to me. Worse than getting fully autoed in the legs, to be honest with you. Brennick TV writes, is it worth spending loads of money on airsoft? Do you regret taking it up? I want to join also. Well, to be honest with you, you should definitely join. It's a really good sport to get, and it gets you fit, it gets you out and about, so I'd really join. Is it worth spending loads of money on? Well, to be honest with you, I don't think so. I think it's not really worth spending a fortune on. I think just with the bare minimum, I don't even have any tactical gear or anything. So, what I think is, you should spend more money on admission rather than airsoft gear. That's just my opinion. And do I regret taking it up? No, not at all. I enjoy every bit of it. Like to comment lots writes, what do you think about tactical beasts? Do they have a life? Well, they do have a life because if that's what they enjoy, that's what they enjoy, so they're obviously happy. And what do I think about them? I just think they're carrying a bit too much of excessive gear, but that's all. It's not for me to decide. I just think it's a bit pointless carrying all that gear out into a standard skirmish because it's just going to weigh you down, and it's just so bulky you can barely move your arms so I think it's pointless bringing out too much gear, or gear that is not a necessity. Ruff the House writes, I'm going to rape that monkey. Is he going to put up a fight? Ruff the House, why would you want to rape a monkey in the first place? Maddles58 writes, biggest WTF moment in an airsoft adventure. Well, that's a pretty good question because it's really hard to think about that one. But one of the sort of funniest moments I've had in airsoft is actually in the safe zone. And as you know, a lot of people wear mouth protection to cover their teeth so they don't get shot out. Obviously, because that's going to cost a lot of money. And some guy came in with a gas mask respirator, and he actually coloured spaghetti and hung it down from his mask. And It was one of the most hilarious things, and I'm just thinking, like, what the hell is he thinking, to be honest with you? So that's the biggest WTF moment. I didn't really have that much time to think about it, so sorry if it was a sort of lame WTF moment. So that's the end of the question and answers part 1. My brother's going to do a part 2. So I hope you enjoyed the answers, and remember just to leave a comment in the comment section below. Give me a thumbs up, it really helps, and just subscribe if you haven't already. So that's Quailon from IA Ireland Airsoft signing out.